guys. Don't mind the hair, it's needing to be washed. All I have for you this week is my books. I haven't done much of anything. My diet hasn't been going very well, and I've been slowly gaining weight again. So I have to get back on the wagon and get get going with my diet again. We'll start off with Ivory Apples. I did finish this book. It was quite the ride, I can tell you that much. A lot of interestingly weird things going on in this book. It kind of goes through Ivy's teenage years, and I think it ends when she's 18. She winds up taking care of her family, and this Kate Burden is kind of after them for the book Ivory Apples. So, if you want to read that, that'd be kind of chaotic, but it was fairly good. I would probably rate 3 out of 5 for myself. So anyway, then there's Deadlocked by Charlene Harris. I think that's how you say her name, and here she is on the back. I'm going to read the synopsis. Got to get my glasses for that. These are being donated back to Goodwill. Okay, it says, growing up with telepathic abilities, Suki Stackhouse realized early on that there are things she'd rather not know. And now that she's an adult, she also realizes that some things she knows about she'd rather not see, like Eric Northman feeding off another woman, a younger one. There's a thing or two she'd like to say about that, but she has to keep quiet. Philip DeCastro, the vampire king of Louisiana and Arkansas and Nevada, is in town. It's the worst possible time for a human body to show up in Eric's front yard, especially the body of the woman whose blood he just drank. Now it's up to Suki and Bill, the official Area 5 investigator, to solve the murder. Suki thinks that, at least this time, the dead girl's fate has nothing to do with her. But she is wrong. She has an enemy, one far more devious than she could ever suspect, who set out to make Suki's world come crashing down. Sorry, my nose is running. That's a health issue I have. Watery eyes, runny nose. I don't know if it's allergies or whatever that eye problem is, TMR or something like that. Anyway, I read through this whole book also, and it's better than the last one I read. It's also the book that's right after the last one I read, which was Dead in the Family, I believe, by the same author. And yeah, this one wasn't too bad. There's a part where she gets punched in the face like twice, and it's like she just brushes it off. Nothing about uh, really the pain of it, and um, having to cover bruises with makeup or anything like that. Not even talking about her being bruised, even though she was punched in the face. Uh, so that was a little bit throw off, but not much. It's a pretty good book, so if you want to read that, there you go. The one I'm reading right now is A Werewolf's Guide to Seducing a Vampire by Sarah Hawley, and I'll read the synopsis for that. Ben Rosewood never meant to be bound to a vampire succubus, especially one as sexy yet terrifying as Eleanor Betancourt de Burix, something like that. But he has to admit there are some fantastic perks. Werewolf Ben Rosewood is happy with his life, 100%. Everything is fine. His business, Ben's Plant Emporium, is thriving, and he's even expanded the shop. His anxious disorder is, well, it's been better, but that comes with the territory of running a business and having beastly urges every full moon, right? As for romance, who has the time? Though his family is desperate to see him settled, Ben is fine approaching 40 as a single werewolf. But after drunkenly bidding on and winning a supposedly possessed crystal on eBay one night, he finds himself face to face with a beautiful yet angry vampire. Eleanor Betancourt Duverix, I think that's how you say it, is a rare breed, a vampire succubus born from two elite European bloodlines during medieval times. Thanks to an evil witch, she's been stuck in a crystal since she was 30, forced to obey orders from the possessor of the rock. Eleanor's been dreaming of breaking the spell and severing the witch's head for centuries. But did the witch really sell her to someone new? And for only 99 cents? Eleanor could claw this werewolf's heart out and eat it, if only the binding spell would allow her. But Eleanor and Ben soon realize they can help each other with both vengeful and less hostile needs. And why not have a little fun along the way? It jumps right into Ben and his anxiety, and right into him getting the stone and finding out about the succubus vampire, Eleanor. And it's kind of a young adult read, but there's a lot of curse words and profanity and sexual innuendos so far in this book. A lot of sexual talk. So there's another book that just kind of goes off the rails on sexual tension, I guess you could say. But it is semi-good so far. I'm only a little ways in to reading the book. So we'll see how well this book does as I read along. And that's basically it for all I have for you guys really in this video. I'm hoping to do more things, more special things, and more like going out and maybe taking you along with to on trips that I take. I know my sister has to go to Tucson for a consult with a surgeon, I think, in 2 days. And I'll be going with her then so that I can kind of support her and see what's going on. My mother's having health issues. She needs to have a heart surgery done. So I'm kind of preoccupied worrying about that also. My own anxiety kind of has been fluctuating up and down, and that's been affecting my diet also, which, like I said, hasn't been going very well lately. Hoping to get back on the bandwagon and trying to gain more energy so I can clean my house and do these videos for you guys. But anyway, that's all I have. And yeah, I hope to see you guys in the future in the next video. Bye bye. Hello guys. Excuse the hair mess. I'm going to talk about a couple of books. First, I finished A Werewolf's Guide to Seducing a Vampire by Sarah Hawley. I finished this book just this week. It took me a long time to read because there was things going on, which I'll talk about in a minute, that came up. Anyway, I think that this book is a good book. It's not really my type of storyline or whatever. I think she did more of the seducing than he did, so I'm not really sure why it's called this. But it was a good story, so you want to give it a read, go ahead. I did it for Halloween, so that's the first book I wanted to talk about. I picked up some holiday books that I would like to read, and this is A Jingle Bell Mingle by Julie Murphy and Sierra Simone. And I'm going to be reading this book next, so I'm going to read the synopsis for you, but I need my glasses first. My dieting has been kind of stuck at 264 pounds right now. I have to readjust my eating habits again. I've been kind of stress eating lately, so yay for me. What happens when there are no vacancies at the inn and you and your potentially dynamic cat become roommates with your grumpy one-night stand? Part-time adult film actress, one-time adult film director, and makeup artist Sunny Palmer has accidentally sold her very first screenplay to the Hope Channel. That was 6 months ago. Fast forward to a looming deadline, and a floundering Sunny has returned to the source of her inspiration, Christmas Notch, Vermont, to immerse herself in the local Christmas miracle on which her fever dream of a movie pitch was based. Isaac Kelly, former boy band heartthrob and the saddest boy in the music biz, is the latest owner of the town's historic mansion. After putting his record label on hold for years, while he recovered from the heartbreak following the death of his young wife, Isaac has been given an ultimatum: write some new music or lose his contract. What better place to attempt his first solo holiday album than a snow-covered mansion where he can become a hermit in peace? But after their best friend's wedding leads to Sunny and Isaac waking up together in a freezing motel room with questionable wiring and a broken shower, Isaac takes the chance to ask Sunny to stay with him at his home. Surely the place is big enough that he'll hardly see her or her unhinged cat. But when the two discover they're both creatively blocked, they make a handshake deal. Isaac will help Sunny hunt down the truth behind the local lore, and Sunny will find Isaac a new muse. With these two opposites under one roof, there's no way this Jingle Bell Mingle could go off script, right? So it sounded interesting to me. And that's the one book I'm going to be reading next, since we're in December already. And Christmas is coming along. The next book I got was Icebreakers by Hannah Grace. And it looks to be as if it's kind of Christmassy, but I'm not sure. It's about a college girl and a hockey player kind of hooking up together. I will read the synopsis when I go to read this book, so you can learn more about it then. But that's going to be my... Sorry, my phone's talking to me. That's going to be my 2 reads for December. Hopefully I'll be able to get through them fairly quickly in December, as long as I start reading again. And this book will probably be donated to Goodwill. I don't think my sister would want to read it. It's kind of cheesy and that. I usually give my books to my sister after I'm done reading them. I actually have a pile, 5 books actually, to give her to read. Excuse me. I still have a TBR stack of books on my table. I'll be going through them after the Christmas holiday. The reason why I haven't been on has been mostly depression and anxiety. I found out that my mother has a heart problem. She has a narrow valve that needs to be fixed. And that actually is coming up on December 10th, her operation. There's a 50-50 chance of survival of the operation, so it is what it is. So we're praying for the best for her. I'm hoping to be there during the operation. I don't drive, so I got to rely on my sister to take me with her and my mom when she goes. Goodness. Of course, I'd get like a frog in my throat. Now, the reason why I'm anxious and have been kind of depressed and kind of overeating is because my doctor told me I had too high of red blood cells, so I had to see a hematologist. The hematologist told me that sleep apnea may be causing the raise of the higher red blood cells. I do have sleep apnea. I was diagnosed many years ago. I do not have a machine. When I moved to Minnesota about 6, 7 years ago, I moved from Minnesota to Arizona, and I stored my sleep apnea machine, my CPAP machine, with my sister who had done something with it. It can't be found anywhere at her place. So that's that. I talked to my doctor and told her what the hematologist said. So she is referring me to a sleep study program so we can do a sleep study. And then I can get a CPAP machine after that. Hopefully. I haven't received anything in the mail yet about the referral or who to go to or when to go, so I can set the appointment for the sleep study. The hematologist also told me that if it wasn't sleep apnea, a rarer case, very rare case, that it could be blood cancer. So I've had cancer before. I've had colon cancer before. I've had it removed. Um, Screenings through the Cologuard have always come back negative, so I'm not quite worried about that. But I am quite worried about having some kind of cancer because it runs in my family, especially on my mother's side. Skin cancers, lung cancer, you just name it. My uncle has prostate cancer, so it could be anything. Um, but I don't know I haven't asked the doctor, the hematologist yet, about the blood cancer because he's pretty positive that it's the sleep apnea. I have to go at least for 5 months to have phlebotomies, which is where they take blood out of you and they put liquid back in. So I have to do that and labs so they can keep track of where my red blood cell count is at. So those two things combined with a few health issues with my sister, um, her overweight and her also having sleep apnea and thick blood, um, is worrisome for me. We all seem to kind of got hit with conditions at the same time. So I've been a little depressed and overeating. So I'm trying to get back on track with the eating so that I don't fall apart during this whole stuff that's going on. Um, it'll take my mom at least a week to recover, of resting, to recover her heart, and then she's got to take it easy from then on. She's an elderly person at 81, so they did say that her age may come into factor on her survival rate and that. So that's what's been going on. So you're updated, and yeah, don't know what else to say about that. But I hope you can hear me okay. I'm going to try to turn up the volume on this when I go into editing. But we'll see how high the volume goes because when I tape with my laptop, the volume is really low. So anyway, I hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving, and I hope you have a great Christmas. I will hopefully get out some more videos before the year is up, so stay tuned. Um, and I shall see you in my next video. Bye, guys.